With every spoiler that comes out for upcoming episodes of Dragon Ball Super, it seems as though it's like a giant event that's getting bigger and bigger, leading into the climax and the conclusion of Dragon Ball Super, because it's like, yo, if you're following the anime, you've seen the latest episode and you've seen the latest preview, then Goku's mastered Ultra Instinct is looking crazy. It's like, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's just a different color, whatever, but it's just sick to me. I love, honestly, just all of it, and that's why I rock with Dragon Ball so long, and I've been going with it for, 20-something years now, some shit. Like, I've been a Dragon Ball fan for ages or whatever because of that, because it's so freaking cool to me for whatever reason, even though it's simple. And, leading into these spoilers, it's like, man, what are we gonna find out next? What is gonna happen? Is Jiren gonna go crazy? So, really hype stuff. We got spoilers for episode 129, I believe, of Dragon Ball Super, which is the upcoming episode. Obviously, there's no episode this weekend, so it's the upcoming episode, in the later weeks or whatever. So we got a little bit of information on this upcoming episode, and honestly, I'm pretty excited just because it's like, holy shit, again, we're going into the deep ends of the series, and I haven't even really looked at the spoilers yet, so it's going to be interesting to read alongside with you guys, or find out for the first time with you guys, assuming you haven't heard already. So anyway, with all that being said, let's start taking a little bit of a read and talking in regards to what's about to go down. Dragon Ball Super 129, let's begin. Dragon Ball Super 129. Limit Super surpassed. Ultra Instinct mastered. Ultra Instinct mastered? Goku's power ascends. Okay, so up to this point is nothing new. We know that. We know. Let's continue. The Tournament of Power rushes into Goku and Jiren's final duel. The cornered Goku unconsciously awakens the power that slumbered deep within his body, and his power level skyrockets. So again, it seems to be going par for the course for what happened with the original Ultra Instinct, because remember, it was like when the Spirit Bomb went off, it was kind of like it lit a fire in Goku, essentially, that allowed him to go and ascend to the Ultra Instinct. So there's something going to happen there that's going to, again, ascend Goku even further to eventually unlock the silver mastered Ultra Instinct form. And it's hype. I think it's something a little bit different, definitely, than the typical, oh, I'm mad situation, which it was kind of cool. And I mean, I think Vegeta will probably have been the last one to do the whole I'm mad situation, except it was a little bit different even with his transformation as well. With the Limit Breaker, it wasn't necessarily like, I'm mad. It was more so his desire to protect the people that he loves and cares about, and just wanting to be on that level and accepting it as well, not just kind of being mad about it, but accepting, like, again, you know what, Goku, Kakarot, have it. Take Ultra Instinct. I'm doing my own thing, which is what allowed him to do the Limit Breaker transformation. But with this one, obviously, again, it's just an even bigger bomb letting off inside of Goku to push him even further. And, this fight, it's like, it's godly, and it is gods, essentially, you know what I'm saying? Because there was God modes, and now we're in the Ultra Instinct, which is essentially a more crafted God mode, and Jiren is at the power of a god, and he was even offered, I believe, or he was a candidate. No, it's Toppo that's the candidate, but Jiren qualifies to be a god of destruction. He just chooses not to be a god of destruction. Anyway, let's continue. Thus, he draws closer to the ultimate battle form, Ultra Instinct. Yeah, again, we know. This week's Jiren, not ready to lose, he releases his full strength. Okay, so to Goro, which is what a lot of people have been comparing Jiren to ever since we even got, the backstory of what happened to him, and kind of like, he's a tragic person, essentially, and what he believes and what he strives for at this point. Now he's going full power, which of course has always been a part of Dragon Ball as well, with the whole full power situation. I'm not even at my final form yet, so Jiren's going to be going all maxed out, which is, again, what we expect. Jiren's not gonna say, it's the end of the fight, we're about to finish it off, but man, I'm gonna use 30%, man. I think 30% will be alright, right? No, come on, still. Jiren is going to be using his full power, which I'm curious to see what happens. I'm curious, like, how much impact they're going to have, because if you remember in the Battle of Gods arc, in that part of the story, it was like, Goku and Beerus were clashing and the universe was shaking and shit like that. We're at a level way beyond Super Saiyan God, which to a certain degree sometimes it feels as though they retcon the capabilities of what God mode was doing to, compared to what Ultra Instinct and Mastered Ultra Instinct will probably be able to do. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, when Goku and Jiren fight, Are all the universes going to be rattled, or is it going to not even do anything like that? Because they're at a pretty big level. Or was it just the fact that Beerus was so strong, and Beerus is still way stronger than Goku is in his mastered level? Although we argued that in episode 128, he was almost angry at Goku's strength as if it has surpassed him already. So you could argue maybe Beerus is not, you know what I'm saying, even that strong anymore in comparison to Goku, where he's at right now. Maybe Goku's past him or whatever. So I'm curious to see what type of battle Goku and Jiren at max strength with mastered Ultra Instinct and 100% Jiren, even though, who knows, maybe he could pull out 120, right? Yeah, nah, if we had like 5-10 more episodes, he might have pulled out 120% or some shit, but then again, we'd have more time to flesh out the story, so let's not get into the what ifs, right? It's almost over. Let's continue. Goku's rising power steals a smile from Jiren. What? Whoa. Goku's rising power steals a smile from Jiren. I just imagine it as like some love story or some shit. It's a love story of power, essentially. It's like Jiren looks at Goku flexing in the mastered Ultra Instinct and like all the silver shininess, and Jiren is like, Nani sore? Boku kokoro desu yo. Ai, kokoro desu yo. If that happened, I'd be like, yo, Jiren, you a creep ass motherfucker. I like, why y'all supposed to be fighting? Why are you looking at him like that? Like, throw fists, but yeah. Steals a smile from Jiren. I guess you could also say, regardless of what, Jiren still is a man that appreciates strength. I mean, yeah, there was a goal behind it, you know, a reason behind everything that he's done and why he strived to go as far as where he's become already at this point. You know, Jiren is ridiculously strong for a person, you know, any being to be at that level, you're a strong dude. So Jiren being at that level, it's going to be interesting to see him again smile. Like, what? Again, he appreciates a good strength, you know, he appreciates a good fight, a good battle, a good opponent, and Goku getting to that level, that also showcases that Jiren knows, I have to give it my all. Maybe that's why he smiles as well, like, this is going to be the best. And maybe Jiren feels as though if I can beat him, maybe it's a double-edged sword type of deal, maybe it's a catch-22 or something there in regards to maybe Jiren's looking at it like, hey, if I lose, finally somebody took my ass out and showed me that my way has been wrong this entire time because I've been doubting it myself. If I win and I beat him, then I proved it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody messing with me because this guy is at a level beyond some of the gods of destruction. So maybe that's in Jiren's mindset as well moving forward. But it's going to be interesting to see again how they play it off, because that Beerus line, some people are even saying, nah, Beerus was just like intense because his life is on the line and he knows that Goku has to give it his all. But it could be again that Beerus is looking at it like, he's past me. They're both at a level beyond me, but that's going to suck in a way if you think about it, because, okay, if Mastered Ultra Instinct is enough to maybe just, not barely, but pretty decently beat up Jiren, then that means that Jiren is still really strong, and if Mastered Ultra Instinct has surpassed Beerus, then that means that Jiren was in the realm of being as strong as Beerus, and I'd hate to think that, because at the end of the day, yeah, they said that Jiren was stronger than Vermod or whatever, but I always like to look at the gods of destruction as like these epic, iconic things, you know, like levels and goals to reach. And you could argue, well, Dragon Ball Super is almost over, you know, they have reached their goals and shit like that, but I feel as though there was just so much to explore, because we never explored these universes on a solo basis for, like, you know, a whole arc in Universe 11 of like 10 episodes, you know, 12 episodes, or going to planet Sadala, whatever, the, you know, Saiyan planet or some shit like that. We didn't do nothing like that, exploring the different universes in different places where I could feel like, okay, we really went through it. Honestly, Dragon Ball Super Spacing being so fast is a gift and a curse. Is a gift because it's so damn enjoyable. Like, bam, you get one, you know, you're fighting Goku Black, then all of a sudden you're fighting this crazy guy named Jiren, like, what's going on? But then it also misses out on very important substance and content that builds up to make it take to these heights where I would feel as though, yeah, it feels good for Goku and Jiren to finally be past Beerus. Looking at it right now, if Jiren and Goku are both past Beerus, it's like, damn, Beerus, you got past pretty quick there, buddy. In return, Jiren puts all of his hidden strength into his fists and strikes Goku. Will this be the deciding blow? So it looks as though 129 is really going deep into kind of trying to resolve this fight. I'm imagining, however, that with that, you know, that big blow is leading into what's going to be the conclusion. So if 129 somewhat ends off that way, and maybe that's the cliffhanger of some sort, then 130 is going to resolve everything. Because I truly see it really going into 130 based on the 1 minute per episode we've been having, based on the, you know, tournament power thus far and how they're doing the time limit and whatnot that we have for the actual tournament. So it's going to be interesting to see if 129 resolves it and 130 is just more conversation with Jiren and 131 is back home on Earth, or how they play it off with the ending of Dragon Ball Super. Either way, this is, you know, crunch time, so we know by this point, you know, it's going to be deciding and decisive factors like a punch or the strongest punches that Jiren has against Master Ultra Instinct Goku. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. What do you think about these spoilers? Have both of them surpassed Beerus? And does that make you feel a certain way? Do you think that Beerus should have been surpassed already? Or it was just kind of like Beerus being worried about his own life being in jeopardy and that Goku better get it done against Jiren, why he looked that way in 128. So, nah, Beerus is still a ways away from both of them. And your overall thoughts of all this? Master Ultra Instinct versus 100% Jiren. Crazy. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoy the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.